if you got something to say to me, tell me right now.
WWE Universe, and today's story is one that will have you glued to your seats, breathless with anticipation. This one is a true shocker, an absolute game changer. Get ready, because Triple H fires Gunther after a brutal assault on Pat McAfee, and it's all about to go down. You don't want to miss this. Let's set the scene. It's the Raw after WrestleMania, the night where anything can happen. The energy is electric, the arena packed to the brim with fans still buzzing from the high of WrestleMania 41. The fireworks have barely died down from the night before, and the air is still charged with the excitement of the biggest show of the year. But as the crowd is cheering for their favorite wrestlers and the afterglow of the grand spectacle lingers, the unthinkable happens. The Raw after Mania is always a time for fresh starts, surprise returns, and new feuds. But this was something else. Suddenly, Gunther's music hits, and the atmosphere in the arena shifts. The crowd goes quiet, confused, as the ominous, deep tones of his entrance theme blare out. Gunther, the ring general, walks down the ramp with an intensity that sends chills down your spine. His face is contorted in fury, his eyes wild with an almost animalistic rage. He's not here for a match. He's not here to talk. No, Gunther's here to wreak havoc. Gunther enters the Lion's Den. The commentary team is just as blindsided as the fans. Michael Cole and Pat McAfee are mid-call when Gunther storms the ring, his eyes locked on them like a predator closing in on its prey. The tension is thick as the ring general steps into the spotlight. With no warning, Gunther shoves Michael Cole, sending him crashing to the floor. The sound of Cole's headset clattering to the ground echoes through the arena. A murmur spreads through the crowd. This is no scripted moment. This is real, raw, and unsettling. Cole scrambles to get up, clearly rattled, but Gunther doesn't give him a moment to recover. Pat McAfee, who has been known for his quick wit and high-energy commentary, rises to his feet, trying to defend his partner. But he's not facing just any wrestler. He's facing Gunther, a man with the sheer power and brutality to back up his anger. Gunther grabs McAfee by the throat, lifting him off the ground with a look of contempt. McAfee's feet dangle in the air as his face turns red, gasping for air. The crowd is in shock, their cheers replaced by stunned silence. Then, the most chilling part of the attack occurs. Gunther locks in a vicious chokehold, squeezing the life out of McAfee. The crowd reacts, chaos unleashed. It's a surreal moment. McAfee is struggling, but there's no escape. Gunther's grip is like iron, and McAfee's eyes bulge as the life is slowly drained out of him. The crowd begins chanting, "You tapped out," a harsh reminder of Gunther's bitter loss at WrestleMania 41, a reminder that stings deep for the former champion. Gunther doesn't care, though. His rage is uncontrollable, his fury all-consuming. The ring general is out of control. Just as it seems like McAfee's body might give in, officials flood the ring. They're desperately trying to pull Gunther off, but he's a beast, thrashing and shouting as security drags him away, still seething with fury. But the damage is done. McAfee is left gasping for air, clutching his throat, barely able to stand. The Raw broadcast abruptly cuts to commercial, leaving the audience in stunned disbelief. What just happened? When the show returns, Gunther is being escorted out of the arena by security. His eyes are still wild, still screaming as the crowd showers him with boos. The chaotic scene is unsettling, the silence in the arena deafening. McAfee is led away by officials, still struggling to catch his breath, while Michael Cole checks on him, visibly shaken. The commentary table is in ruins, headsets scattered across the floor, chairs overturned, the entire setup in disarray. The chaos in the arena mirrors the chaos now brewing in the WWE Universe. Fans are left wondering, what the hell just happened? The press conference. Triple H drops the bombshell. But the story doesn't end there. No, this shocking attack sets the stage for one of the most jaw-dropping moments in WWE history. The aftermath spills into the post-Raw press conference. These pressers are usually routine, just some quick sound bites and vague responses to the media's questions. Not this time. The room is packed, cameras flashing, reporters on the edge of their seats, all waiting for Triple H to weigh in on Gunther's outburst. The room is electric with anticipation, as if everyone knows that something monumental is about to unfold. Triple H, the boss of the company, steps up to the mic. His expression is stern, his eyes narrowed. You can feel the weight of the moment as he takes a deep breath and addresses the media with unflinching authority. "What we witnessed tonight was unacceptable," Triple H says, his voice steady but tinged with anger. "WWE has a zero-tolerance policy for violence against our staff. Gunther's actions crossed the line, and we've taken immediate steps to address it." The room is silent, hanging on every word. Then comes the bombshell. Triple H pauses for effect before delivering the final blow. "Effective immediately, Gunther is fired from WWE." The air in the room seems to leave all at once. A collective gasp. Reporters scramble to get questions in, but Triple H holds up a hand, signaling for silence. "That's all for now," he says, his voice cutting through the frenzy. And just like that, he walks off, leaving the media buzzing with disbelief. Gunther, one of WWE's top stars, fired on the spot. It's a moment no one expected, and the ramifications are still settling in. The fallout. What does this mean for Gunther? Let's break this down. This isn't just a firing, it's a statement. Triple H is showing that no one is above the rules, not even the most dominant, terrifying force in WWE. But the question on everyone's mind is this real? Gunther's future in WWE has been thrown into chaos, and fans are left wondering what this means for the future. Gunther has always been intense, but this felt different. Attacking commentators, especially fan favorites like Pat McAfee, is crossing a line that rarely gets crossed in WWE. Commentators are the voice of the company. They're the narrators, the storytellers, and their role is untouchable. This attack was more than just a physical assault. It was an attack on the very fabric of WWE itself. So, the big question, is this the end of Gunther in WWE? Or is it a storyline, an angle to write him off for a while before he makes a brutal return? WWE loves to blur the lines between reality and fiction, and it's hard to believe they'd let one of their top stars go just like that. But maybe this is exactly what Gunther needs. Time off to recharge and come back with a new gimmick or a new persona. The possibilities are endless. But what if it's legit? What if Gunther really has snapped? Maybe his frustration over losing at WrestleMania was the final straw. Maybe Triple H had no choice but to make an example out of him. If Gunther is truly gone, the question then becomes, where does he go next? AEW? NJPW? The free agent market would be buzzing with interest. Imagine Gunther in AEW, facing off against Bryan Danielson or Jon Moxley. It would be a dream match for fans worldwide. Pat McAfee. From commentator to combatant? What about Pat McAfee? This could be a turning point for the former wrestler and commentator. McAfee's response to this attack could set him up for a major return to the ring. The fans are behind him, and his energy is unmatched. Imagine McAfee stepping into the ring for a revenge match against Gunther. It could be the start of a redemption arc for McAfee, and the storyline would have fans on the edge of their seats. McAfee's got the charisma, the athleticism, and the fans' support. He could team up with a wrestler like Jey Uso or Sami Zayn to take down Gunther, or he could go solo, proving he's not just a voice but a force to be reckoned with. Either way, this attack has propelled him from behind the desk to the front of the action, and that's a huge win for WWE. The ripple effect. What happens next? With Gunther out of the picture, for now, there's a power vacuum in WWE. Who will rise to fill it? Could it be Ludwig Kaiser, Gunther's former ally, stepping up to lead Imperium? Or perhaps a completely new heel will emerge from the chaos, someone ready to take Gunther's place as the top threat in the company. And don't forget about Michael Cole. He's been a cornerstone of WWE's commentary for years, and this attack could signal a shift in his role. Maybe he becomes more involved in the action, possibly managing a new wrestler or even stepping into the ring himself. It's unlikely, but WWE is full of surprises, and if history has taught us anything, it's that stranger things have happened.